Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. I'm hoping that we're going to get a few people show up live so that I can answer some questions. And just, as we've gone through this interview series, we have talked a lot about energy. Hello, Amanda. We talked about a lot about energy and that exchange of energy that is so important and so integral. So I'm hoping that, I'll just, we'll get a few people showing up live, and hopefully you will have a few questions and have some things that you can share with me to let me know how you felt about the latest series that we've just gone through. There are certainly a lot of you that have been with me for the last, over a year and a half, when we started the first series of A League of Extraordinary Mothers, and that one was all about how to lay that strong foundation for health and happiness in our teenage girls. And there was so much in there that was relevant to all of us. We all have that inner teenager that had bits that were neglected, and we've carried that through into the woman that we are today and the mother that we are today, and the things that we've picked up from our mums and have brought forward with us. And so then we did the second series, which was all about the power of food and how to use food to boost our energy. And once again, that's very much about supporting who we are, not just as mums and supporting our children, but who we are as women. And it is a big part of our self-care and how we show ourselves love in taking the time to feed ourselves properly to support our health. Then there's also, hello, Nicole, good morning, somebody in Torquay. You will know that I've got lights on here because it is so dull and cold here this morning. So then now we've just finished, wound up our third series, which is all about rekindling that fire in your belly. So what I know from having done lots and lots of these series and been to lots of conferences myself, and just being a bit of an information junkie. I love to consume lots of information all the time. I'm always listening to a different audio book or reading books or podcasts, and tuning into the voices of people that inspire me. But one thing I know with absolute certainty is that we can consume and consume and consume, and until we take action with something, all that knowledge is really not serving us, and we're just continuing to do the same thing. So the purpose of showing up here for you, to support you in this next piece as we go forward from consuming all this fabulous information, now we need to do something with it. So I would love to share some ideas with you about that. And if anyone has any questions and wants some thoughts on anything that you heard in this series, or any of the interviews really, there's nearly 70 that have been part of A League of Extraordinary Mothers now. But if you have anything that you feel inspired by, but you're just not sure what those first steps are, then, pop a message in here, let me know, and let's see if we can come up with suggestions. And one of the things that I am so passionate about is not just being the expert, not me being the teacher to, kind of bring forth all this information. What I love doing is bringing together a community, bringing together a tribe of women, and together we all bring pieces of wisdom and life experience with us. And so as you see, if people are going to be brave enough to pop things in the comment section, things that you may want more clarity around, or information or inspiration, then everybody is welcome to tune in and to contribute, because together we're stronger. Together we can all rise, and that's my passion. So what I would love you to do now is have a think about, I know I've spoken to lots of women who actually have, filled notebooks full of notes and thoughts and, little tips of inspiration that the various speakers have shared with you. What I would love you to do is just, really, we talked a lot about feminine and masculine energy. That feminine energy is trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. And we have this really strong intuition. Some of us have shut that away, because we grow up with this idea of get your head out of the clouds and don't talk such guff and nonsense. And, it's, if you haven't, read it in a textbook and learned it at school or at university, then it's, you're just guessing. That kind of training is something that I don't necessarily buy into and agree with. I think that we need to spend a lot more time tuning into our own innate intelligence, our own gut feeling on things, because as women, we are really good at this. This is a feminine energy thing. So this is your opportunity to please take a minute and think about, you may have only managed to watch 1 or 2 interviews, or you may have watched all 20 in this last series. Is there something that's popped into your head? One thing, even up to 5, but don't overload. That's where the paralysis comes in. We get this idea of like it's all or nothing. And if I can't manage all of these things, I'm thinking about, I was talking about that feminine energy and the fabulous interview with Deborah Kagan, and she talked about, the pillars of, and now I'm going to be stretching my memory to remember what they all were, but she talked about the pillars of, that was, talking into supporting that feminine energy. And if you can think, what were the things that really spoke to you? Is it putting on a bit of lippy, or, taking care with the way you dress? Is it dancing? Is it tapping into your all those senses through having a bath and putting essential oils in there? It's the warmth on your skin, the smell. I'm just trying to remember, she talked about the auditory piece, about how you speak to yourself. So giving yourself a beautiful massage, and it's like, oh my gosh, look at these beautiful arms, I deserve a cuddle. All those pieces, what spoke to you? Is your feminine energy something that you struggle with? Do you feel like you've kind of lost sense of who you are as a woman in your own right? Are you just, so deeply entrenched in motherhood and taking care of everybody else that you're neglecting to really take care of yourself? Let me know. I'd love to see some comments. Give me some, is this helpful? Give me some hearts, give me some love, because it means that the world to me to know that what I am sharing with you is actually helpful, and that's how I know. But, where, if you can take a pen and paper and write it down. Write it down. What is one thing that you are going to do for yourself? A really important point here is to be very focused on what you do want. We spend a lot of time having our energy focused on all the things we don't want. I don't want to make dinner. I don't want to go and stand in the cold at 7 o'clock in the morning and watch the kids play footy. I want to still be under the doona and in bed. I don't want to feel frumpy. I don't want to feel exhausted and all used up, and I don't want to feel resentful of my family and my kids and how much energy that takes from me. That I don't want to go to work. I don't want is very typical language. So instead, I invite you to focus on, what do you want? I want to feel vital and alive and strong and healthy. I want to feel feminine. I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel in love with my family. I want to feel grateful for having a warm bed to crawl into at night. So whatever those things are for you, whatever comes up, Nicole, I love dancing as well. So, is that signing yourself up for dancing classes? Is that simply pumping up the music in your house and dancing all alone or with the kids or with your husband? Is it a Zumba class? Is it ballroom dancing classes? Is it, what is it? And if those things would actually light you up and you're not doing them, then this is your opportunity to go, you know what? I'm not going to put that on there one day when I've got time, when I've got the money, when I've got more energy, when like all that future thinking. It's now. So write it down, make a commitment. I am going to. And that is where I would love you to take action with this video. What is your one thing? I'd love you to let me know in the comments. Heather, loved hearing from Alex Stewart. The day on your terms. I'll set the alarm for tomorrow now. Awesome. That is perfect. So if it is getting up early, and as you know, I asked each of the speakers their favorite morning routine, and that was simply to give you some inspiration, some ideas. How you start the day sets the tone for the day. Your attitude as you get out of bed is massive. You will have heard me say, I've adopted, my dogs come to visit. I have adopted Brene Brown's Choose Courage Over Comfort. So her on Netflix, she said before her feet hit the ground every morning, she says, today I choose courage over comfort. I have found that hugely, hugely powerful and inspiring. So what's something that you could say as you start your day? And I invite you to smile before you even get out of bed. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real smile and a fake smile, so you can actually create a feeling of happiness in your life, a feeling of well-being by faking it to start. Fake it till you make it. So when you start the day, instead of starting the day with I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to make breakfast, I don't want to go for a walk, I don't want to, start the day with a smile and yay, I get to. I choose to. The power of your language will make all the difference. So this is where you get to write down just one thing, or up to 5, but don't write more than 5. That's my recommendation. Choose one thing that you're going to do today and tomorrow and for the next week, and just see how it feels. Write it down. And if you want some accountability, pop it in here. I'll keep you accountable, because that's my passion, is helping women to rekindle that fire in their belly so that you can feel more excited and more on purpose about your life. I hope that helps, and I will pop back in again tomorrow at the same time with the next step. All right, I'll see you then. Bye for now.